Hey everyone, welcome to Cross the Ditch NC. My name is Laura and I'm so glad you're here today. I just got home from work, just got changed, and now I am coming outside to see how much I can get done before I lose my daylight. I am still working to get the last of the seedlings planted in the garden of the round 2 of seedlings that I started. And I want to get a few more turnips planted and then give the seedlings that I started last night a good little water. And I want to go down to the big garden and go ahead and get some garlic planted. So I'm going to take you along for that. Well, I think it's safe to say it's time to say goodbye to the tomatoes. There is no new growth on them, just the ones that were there and green like that are finally starting to ripen in the cooler temperatures. But other than that, the plants are starting to die off. So I feel like by this time next week, my tomatoes will be gone. Good thing is I planted some late summer, so we would still have some tomatoes this fall, and those have lots of little green tomatoes on them, so I'm excited to be able to harvest them soon. Has anyone else had a pocket full of tomatoes? No, just me. This is what happens when you forget to bring a basket to the garden. You just start stuffing your pockets. Pretty decent haul though. All right, so I'm down here at the big garden and I'm going to till this soil up a little bit, spray a little bit of fertilizer, and see if I can get some garlic planted and maybe some of my cabbage planted today. Whatever I don't get to today, I will get to on Thursday, which is 2 days from now. So yeah, let's get started. All right, I'm losing sunlight really quickly, so I'm going to show this to you. I've tilled the dirt up just a little bit by hand, not too much. I've mixed in a little bit of fertilizer, and I'm going to plant my garlic. This is a hardneck garlic, and I cannot remember what kind it is. I will look when I get back to the house. But garlic is pretty cut forward in how you plant it. You want to dig a hole and then plant the root side down. And the root side, when you break your garlic apart, is this bottom part. Where you at? Right here. Try to adjust it. All right, so I'm gonna plant these using my little 5-point method. And if you don't remember seeing that in a previous video, it's pretty much where these, I'm gonna space these about 3 to 4 inches apart. But instead of just doing straight rows, I'm going to kind of plant offset. So a 5-point method would be like this. But if I came over here and separated my rows the way I'm supposed to, there's a lot of dead space between here. So what I'm going to do is plant it like that, kind of offset of these two. Plant one more right here. That way I can space them a little bit closer together, but still keep appropriate spacing. Garlic and onions both do not like weed pressure, so you have to be really good about keeping your garden where it's growing free of weeds. So I will be coming out here regularly pulling weeds, but I am just going to stick this in the dirt and try to remember exactly where I put it. Ahead and pre-dig my little holes. I forgot to bring my shovel out here with me. But you're just gonna stick these an inch or so into the dirt. Go ahead and come up here and plant this one offset. And then I'll come back and cover them here in just a minute. That way I can remember exactly where I put everything at. Oh, I did remember my shovel. But I still probably won't use it. I like to get my hands dirty. So using the little 5-point method lets you plant your garlic a lot closer. And garlic likes cooler weather, so I don't want to plant this during the summertime. It likes to have like a little period of dormancy, which it has during the wintertime. Root side down. A couple of these out. And I'm going to make sure I label my rows, because it may be a little while before I see this garlic sprout, and I don't want to come in and start like chopping or try to plant something else here. And this garlic will have its period of dormancy, and it'll grow, or then it'll start growing, and then it'll be ready for harvest late spring, early summer. Move down a little bit further. I have a very crooked row here, but that is not uncommon for me. I don't think I could plant straight if I had to. I would love to have like one of those little wheeled planters where you can heel your rows, so you can have nice little mounds of dirt, and then you can also like put the attachment on it to plant seeds and have them spaced appropriately. Get this a nice firm pat, not too firm, but I would love one of those tools. Maybe eventually I will get one, but for now, doing it by hand works perfectly fine. I'm gonna grab my handy dandy, just slap it on the shirt, I'm dirty anyway. Label. Mark that out so I remember what I put here. Mark you out. This ink pen or marker is flat, it has no head on it. Do not know what happened there. Well, I will do that. I will come back with a better pen later. Oh goodness. All right, well, there is my garlic planted. I'm gonna real quickly chop up a little bit more and fertilize a little bit more, and get some of this cabbage in the ground. I had to turn you guys around. I did have you on time lapse. I'm sure you saw that. But I had to turn you guys around because I could not see, because it is so dark out here right now. But I'm going to plant these cabbage using the same method, but I'm going to plant them a lot further apart because they do get pretty large. This is probably about 8 inches or so. Once again, if you watch my videos, you know that I crowd my plants. Some people don't like it, but when you get used to working in your garden, because your soil is going to be different than my soil, you learn what your soil does, how it performs, and also you learn more about feeding your soil. And that way you learn how much you can plant in a small area. Put this set plants in those areas. Go ahead and label this so I will not forget what I have planted here. I have a terrible memory. Right now, I am just setting these plants in this hole, or in the holes that I dug. I don't know how well you can see that, but that is cabbage. Come back and do it a little offset here. And come right here. It's easier to see when I'm closer to the camera because the light is brighter, but the further I get away, I cannot see all that well. Especially now that my footprints are getting mixed in. Label you. Stick you in the hole. Another crooked row going. See if I can straighten it back up. Last one. So I'll just go back and set these in their holes better than what I had. Maybe dig a little bit more. I want it to be flush with the top right here, the top of the dirt. I don't want to bury the stem. There we go. I'll probably come back out here in the morning and turn the water on. The dirt is still pretty moist. I can step across here. Not crushing anything. Here we go. Almost done. 3 more. I lied. There are like 5 more. Oh well. Go. Last one. Awesome. That there. Alright. So there's 12 cabbage and probably about 12 cloves of garlic planted. So I splurged a whole 10 bucks and bought me some outdoor solar string lights. This makes me so happy. You'd probably be able to see this better if I went to go turn off my backyard light. Stand by. Ta-da! It don't take a whole lot to make me happy and entertain me. Isn't that pretty though? So pretty. Pretty sure I'm just gonna park a chair underneath it and sit there and turn the mode to make the lights go twinkle. And I know you can't see it really well, but the garden is thriving. Pretty sure this is how I'm gonna close the video every night. Even though you can't see me. It's okay, because the lights are so pretty. Alright, sorry. Like I said, it don't take a lot to entertain me. Alright, well, thank you so much for joining me today. I cannot wait to share with you the garlic as it grows, the other seeds that I planted today as they grow. I planted rutabagas, some more rutabagas, and some turnips and some more radish. And you probably saw me in the time lapse actually eating some radish that were ready. I love radish. I know I say it like every time, but I do. Anywho, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed day. Please come back to see me again.